it never starts with betrayal. It starts with a sentence that feels warm, reasonable, even caring. A sentence that lowers your guard while tightening a leash around your neck. Here's the first thing women say when they're using you. I just need you right now. In relationship psychology, this sounds innocent, supportive, human. But listen closer. Right now is doing all the dirty work. It never turns into forever. It never becomes reciprocal. You become the emotional pit stop, the listener, the fixer, the stable ground she stands on while preparing to walk somewhere else. She leans on your strength but never invests her own. Your time drains, your energy bleeds, and somehow you're always there, and she's never fully yours. Here's the tension most men miss. Needing someone is not the same as choosing them. And what she says next? That's where the real manipulation begins. That sentence hits deep. It feels like intimacy, like trust, like you've been chosen. But here's the psychological trap. Being the only one she talks to doesn't mean you're the one she wants. In emotional manipulation dynamics, this phrase creates false exclusivity. She unloads her fears, frustrations, trauma, and doubts onto you. You become her emotional therapist, not her partner. Notice the imbalance. She opens up when she's hurting, but disappears when she's happy. You hear about her problems with other people, sometimes even problems with other men. And unconsciously you start competing with ghosts. Your role becomes clear only in hindsight. You're the emotional sponge. You absorb the pain so someone else can enjoy the peace. And here's the chilling part. The more you listen, the deeper you sink. Because what comes next is the sentence that keeps you stuck. This line sounds honest, mature, even respectful. But in behavioral psychology, timing language is rarely about time. It's about priority. When a woman says she's not ready right now, notice what she doesn't say. She doesn't say she doesn't want you. She leaves the door half open, just enough to keep you waiting. You stay, you invest, you prove yourself. Meanwhile, she enjoys all the benefits of a relationship. Attention, validation, emotional safety, without offering commitment in return. This is strategic ambiguity. It keeps you hopeful and obedient. And here's the brutal truth most men realize too late. When a woman truly wants a man, readiness appears instantly. Fear doesn't stop desire. So if she's not ready with you, she's preparing, just not for you. And the next thing she says? That's what turns patience into self-betrayal. This sentence sounds like praise, but emotionally it lands like a quiet sentence to exile. In relationship psychology, good guy is often a soft disqualification. It means safe, predictable, useful, but not desired. When a woman is using you, this phrase serves a purpose. It reassures you. While lowering you, she frames you as morally superior, so she can feel justified choosing someone else physically or emotionally. You become the standard she compares others to, but never the man she chooses. Notice the contradiction. If you're so good, why aren't you enough? Because admiration without attraction is manipulation's favorite disguise. She keeps you close for comfort, advice, and stability, while chasing excitement elsewhere. And the moment you start pulling away, she panics, because what comes next is the sentence designed to pull you right back in. This line sounds emotional, vulnerable, almost loving. But listen carefully. She doesn't say she wants to choose you. She says she doesn't want to lose you. In manipulation psychology, this is fear-based attachment, not desire, not commitment, control. She senses you pulling away. Your energy shifts, your availability drops, and suddenly she feels the ground moving beneath her. So she throws this sentence like an anchor. You stay, not because you're fulfilled, but because you feel responsible. And that's the trap. Responsibility replaces attraction. Guilt replaces choice. She keeps you emotionally invested while reserving the right to give nothing back. And here's the most dangerous part. The longer you stay after hearing this, the harder it becomes to leave, because the next thing she says rewrites the rules completely. This question isn't curiosity, it's surveillance. In relationship psychology, this line appears the moment your attention shifts inward. You stop overgiving, you stop chasing, you start reclaiming yourself, and she feels it immediately. Notice the inversion. She never questioned your effort when it was unlimited. But the moment you pull back, you become the problem. This is control through confusion. She wants the old version of you, the accessible one, the patient one, the predictable one. So she frames your growth as distance, your boundaries as coldness, your self-respect as betrayal. If you explain yourself, you lose, because now you're defending your independence. And here's the quiet truth. A woman who truly values you celebrates your evolution. She doesn't interrogate it. The next sentence she uses, that one decides whether you stay trapped or finally wake up. This is where manipulation turns psychological. When a woman says this, she's not calming you down. She's rewriting reality. In behavioral psychology, this is classic gaslighting. You feel something is off. Your instincts are alert. But instead of addressing the issue, she questions your perception. Slowly, you begin to doubt yourself, your memory, your intuition. You stop trusting your gut and start asking her what's real. And that's the power shift. Because the moment you surrender your inner compass, you become dependent on hers. Here's the brutal truth. People who are honest don't need to erase your instincts. They clarify, not confuse. So when overthinking becomes a recurring accusation, it's not your mind malfunctioning. It's your awareness waking up. And what she says next? That's the final lock on the cage. This sentence sounds healthy, reasonable, even mature. But context is everything. In relationship psychology, space often means freedom without accountability. She doesn't want distance from you. She wants distance from responsibility. Notice the timing. This phrase appears right after tension, boundaries, or questions. Right after you stop being convenient. You're expected to wait, to be understanding, to stay loyal in absence. Meanwhile, the rules apply only to you. This creates emotional limbo. You're not together, but you're not allowed to move on. And that's the trap, because uncertainty keeps you obedient. A woman who values you doesn't ask for space to explore life without you. She asks for space to breathe with you still included. What she says next is the final confirmation of whether you're a partner or just a placeholder. This line sounds carefree, chill, non-dramatic, but psychologically, it's emotional avoidance dressed as wisdom. When a woman says this while benefiting from your effort, it means she refuses responsibility for outcomes while still enjoying the rewards. You plan, you invest, you adapt. She floats. This keeps you stuck in uncertainty while she stays comfortable. No promises, no accountability, no future talk. Yet full access to your attention, time, and emotional labor. In relationship psychology, this is passive control. She lets you do the work of building something. She can exit at any moment without guilt. And here's the realization that stings. Going with the flow only works when both people swim. If one rows and the other drifts, someone eventually drowns. And the final sentence she uses? That's the one that reveals everything. This is the final twist, the sentence that reframes the entire story. After all the time, all the support, all the sacrifices, she looks at you and says, "I never asked you to do all that." Psychologically, this is retrospective erasure. She rewrites history so your effort becomes your fault. Suddenly your loyalty is desperation. Your care is pressure, your consistency is manipulation, and she walks away clean. No guilt, no accountability. Because in her version of reality, you chose everything alone. This is why the warning signs matter early. Because users don't steal, they accept while staying silent. Here's the final truth of this niche. People who value you never minimize what you give. They protect it. So if these words felt familiar, this isn't about anger or revenge. It's about clarity. The moment you stop explaining yourself is the moment the manipulation ends.